All right, you guys, let's get right back into it as we continue to talk about ways that the Detroit Lions can get better in 2022. That's what our focus is on, getting this team better and getting the playmakers on the team to get this team better. All right, guys, so we have another draft prospect for you on today, Jahan Dotson of Penn State. Definitely a very, very talented wide receiver. We're going to get into his stats, height, and weight. All right, guys, Jahan Dotson is about 5'11", 184 pounds. And we're going to get into his collegiate stats and kind of tell you what he has done because he stayed in school for all 4 years. All right, in 2018 as a freshman, he had 13 receptions for 203 yards, 0 touchdowns. Average per catch was 15.6. In 2019 as a sophomore, he had 27 receptions for 488 yards and 5 touchdowns, with the average per catch of being 18.1. In his junior season in 2020, he had 52 receptions for 884 yards with 8 touchdowns and also had 17.0 per catch. In 2021, as a senior, he exploded and it probably was his best season in his collegiate career. 91 receptions for 1,182 yards with 12 touchdowns and average 13 per catch. So you see with Dotson, he's definitely a deep threat target, and that is the area that he is really, really good in. Dotson displays a strong pair of hands, is a slippery runner with elusive footwork, has little to no wasted movements between the reception and the burst of the field. Now, he lacks the ideal size of a prototype NFL wide receiver, but he has a similar body type to an Antonio Brown, which is not too small, but definitely not your ideal size. Most guys clamor over the bigger body receivers, especially when they have the big body and they're fast. If you're a Calvin Johnson, you're 6'5", and you run a 4.3, everybody's going to want you. Definitely, man, but this dude is a playmaker. He makes plays out on the field. Now, one thing I can say about Dotson is that he makes difficult catches look easy, shows quickness off the snap to shake off corners and create room, separates with the hesitation moves and nice acceleration up the field. Now, when it comes to producing out on the field, Dotson is known for being a big play receiver. Since the start of last season, he is tied with Olave, Smith, and Darden for the most 20-plus yards when it comes to TD catches. Also, he's very impressive with his quick acceleration and reaching top speed quickly, being able to take the top off defenses and stretch the field. So you see that with Dotson, he's one of those dudes that are going to catch a lot of deep balls. And that's something that the Detroit Lions could use. You don't have too many wide receivers with the Lions right now that are really taking tops off defenses or really making anybody afraid. When you see the wide receivers for the Lions, they really don't make you afraid. And it's really nobody to double cover or anything like that because nobody is super fast on the team. And then nobody possesses a double team like Calvin Johnson did. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go out and get another Calvin Johnson. What I'm saying to you is you need somebody that is a burner and you need somebody that's going to command a double team. And sometimes that kind of keeps, you're able to intertwine those players and use one of them as a decoy. And you know that Calvin Johnson, when he was there, he could be used as a decoy because you definitely could use him to be able to take the top off a defense, and he demanded a double team. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a talented receiver, and I definitely think that Dotson is one of those kids that would be a talented receiver in the NFL, has very good body control, is a smooth route runner, plays fast, and plays with that explosiveness that you need to be an NFL player. So I love everything that this kid brings to the table. All the intangibles are there. The Detroit Lions definitely need to put this kid on the big board because I see him being a player that could be a guy that could be utilized. Now, I'm not saying that the Detroit Lions are going to draft this kid, but definitely when you're looking at wide receivers, you got to put his name on the big board and say, hey, let's take a look at this kid out of Penn State. What does he bring to the table that we don't already have? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, if I'm the GM, I'm looking for guys that's going to give me what I already don't have on the roster. If you're able to give me something different from what the receivers that I have on the team, then definitely I'm going to write your name down. Definitely we're going to talk about you, and definitely we are going to give you that call if you are the guy that we want to bring into Detroit. So Detroit must make this kid a point of interest. Do not forget Dotson, because he is very, very talented. And just because he's a smaller frame guy, that doesn't mean that he can't take the top off of defense. That doesn't mean he can't be a vertical deep threat. That doesn't mean that he can't be fast and explosive and twitchy. That doesn't mean any of that. Basically, what it means is that you're going out the guys that have a skill set and possess a skill set that you need to be better in 2022. You need guys that are going to be unique. You need guys that are going to be talented. You need guys that are playmaker, because the Detroit Lions lack playmakers on the roster. When it comes to looking at the roster and comes to looking at what these guys bring to the table, you don't often get an opportunity to see these things. And if you're a Detroit Lion fan, you desperately want talent. So whether or not they take him or draft him, it's up to the Detroit Lions. But we just wanted to talk about Dotson on today and tell you that this kid is phenomenal. He's a very, very good athlete out there, and he makes big plays. He is a vertical deep threat, and he is something that the Lions could definitely take a look at. Now, will he be a number one? I do not know if he'll be a number one. He would probably be like a 2 or 3, depending, but you just never know. The dude is talented, and I see the skill set, and the Lions need playmakers. They desperately need playmakers on the team. When it comes to the Detroit Lions, you have to find talent in 2022. If you want to get better and you want to be a team that is on the verge of winning football games, then you got to find the talent. And I definitely think Jahan Dotson brings talent to the table. And as always, guys, we're going to continue to bring you some of the hottest prospects in college football. We got a lot of guys to go through, so bear with us. We're definitely going to make sure you guys check out all the draft prospects that we have on the list in Raw Detroit. And we're going to continue to keep it raw, and we're going to continue to give you the perspective of the GM and everything like that. So definitely, guys, I'll be back to you with another video, and make sure you guys check out every video on the playlist so you'll get an idea of where the Detroit Lions could draft in 2022. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.